Alright, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Paramecia, a One Piece fancast where we review the latest chapter of One Piece and have a different One Piece related discussion every single week. My name is John.
My name is Franz.
And we made it. It's over. Chapter 902, the end of Whole Cake Island. End roll. We did it.
And it feels like it's been a long time, because like IRL, it's been like, what, 2 years or something?
Yeah. The whole meme with the 2 years of Sanji. But yeah, it's been I think like just about 2 years. It's crazy,
man. And we're finally here. We're out of it, and I'm happy, because like a lot of other people that are probably like, oh, finally, it's been so long.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
No, yeah, it has been a super crazy ride. But this chapter just confirms that like we're out of there. I guess we'll start with, there was no cover story because it was a special chapter because it was the end, but there was a cover.
Dude, the cute ass cover. Dude,
Yeah.
Ghostbusters, but nah, Sweetsbusters. Ooh.
Dude, I liked it. All the little sweets thing. And I saw, so the three main like big like monsters that are chasing after Luffy, I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be the Sweet Commanders. Because the one guy's made out of biscuits. The one guy that Luffy's punching to the ground has a whole bunch of donuts around him.
Oh, I see what you're saying. And then
the one in the back not doing anything with the goopy sword is a Smoothie.
Yeah, okay, I see. Alright, I dig that. Nah, and like you can also see a bunch of the Straw Hats as like tiny little cookies all around. Like,
bro, I think, yeah. the Nami gingerbread and the Brook gingerbread I think are my two favorites. They're just like, oh man, they're so cute, the little gingerbreads.
I really like the Robin gingerbread and like the Frankie gingerbread with like
a move, dude.
The Frankie gingerbread looks like Samus or some shit.
Yeah. Oh man, no, it was a really good color spread. I was surprised when I opened up the chapter and saw this. I was like, oh, this is super cool. Also because I didn't know what to expect, because I saw the title End Roll.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? And then we just got straight into it. So the chapter starts after the color spread and stuff. It starts straight up into a flashback of when Sanji first met Pedro. And Pedro's on the ground and he's like begging Sanji, like, oh, like, please, like, you have to help them. They must not, like, right after the Jack attack on Zoe. Jack attack.
Yeah, you remember that? Incredible 2, baby.
Yeah. Incredibles 2, baby. Coming out this June.
Oh, is it really?
I think so.
Oh, fuck.
It's soon.
Anyways,
welcome to our Incredibles fancast.
So Pedro's sitting there saying, in reference to Nekomamushi and Inu
Arashi.
Yeah, like these two cannot die, and it's like a very quick flashback, and you get a whole scene of Sanji looking out into the like calm ocean, just going like, I see. So Pedro.
Yeah, they finally broke the news to him that Pedro is dead.
Yeah, it's rough, and like he's sitting there like trying to take the blame for all of it, and Carrot comes up behind, like pats him on the head, and like, hey, you know, it was Pedro's choice, like, you know, don't take any responsibility for this, like, y'all saved us, and like we're repaying this debt and everything. And she starts crying when she says, give him a thank you.
Yeah.
And this was the first place this chapter where I wanted to die.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, Carrot's like face as she's just trying to console Sanji, and then she ends up like
being consoled.
No. Yeah. Oh my god. I liked Sanji's like words to her, like, I know what kind of man she was, or I know what kind of man he was. Like, damn, because he was a good guy.
Pedro's the dude. oh no, but
I mean, he
Pedro,
was the boy.
Pedro's alive, man. Like, I gotta see a body, because if not, it doesn't
Yeah,
count, bro.
Okay, there's still some people that were trolling on like a
Dude.
live stream. They're like, no body, no death, and I was like, bro, he's like, I have to say, I do give Oda props that like Pedro and Poundy Pussy are fucking dead, dude.
Dude, they fucking died.
And god damn, everyone was like, oh, Oda doesn't kill people. I'm like, bro, he does kill people. That is until like, you know, hundreds of chapters later when we're gonna see like Pound in a cover story or something. But
we'll see Mecha Pound.
Yeah, Mecha Pound. Nah, I really like this. It after she starts crying, like in Sanji, like to Sanji, we get like it basically like exactly like the first intro to Whole Cake Island where Big Mom starts singing. I really liked it. Oda kind of like bookends it. Like he started Whole Cake Island with Big Mom like singing a song, and he ends it with Big Mom singing a song.
Okay.
So I thought it was really cool. She just starts singing about like, it's one of her songs. Like it's all the lyrics are like dark and edgy. But then we get a shot of Nami and Brooke. They're like, oh, the cotton candy snow. And that was the first indication on the first read through that I was like, wait, are they like escaping? Because the cotton candy snow happened when they first entered her territory.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man. And then after that, we get a shot of all the homies. Like they're happy. They're like, oh, Mama's back up. Mama's alive. And we get a shot. Oh man, we get a shot of Big Mom. Just like nasty. She's ready to fuck some shit up.
Dude, I was like worried with like seeing Mom like that. I was a little worried like, oh, are we not over? Like, fuck. But no,
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah. The next part of the chapter, it kind of just skips through really fast through a couple of scenes.
Dude, but like it foreshadows some things later in the chapter where like you see Sanji sitting there smoking very like longingly. Like he's holding Carrot, but he's not like really focusing on that. And like you see Pudding with like memories in her hands, and I freaked out when I saw this. I had like a panic attack. I was like, what's she doing with that? Are those her own memories? Who? What?
Bro, first read through, I legit thought that she stole like all of Sanji's memories of her.
That's it. That's exactly what I thought, and I straight up was about to start crying.
Yeah. So we get a shot of Pudding looking at like a film strip of memories. We don't know whose they are at that time. At the first time of initial reading, and then we get a shot of Jinbei with the fishman, and he's literally like, we get a shot of the battlefield too, and the ships are like crazy, dude. Like the ocean looks nuts. Like the fishermen are putting in work, and Jinbei's just like, oh, like hang in there. Like literally, Jinbei's like, as soon as they leave the territory, we're fucking out of here. Like our work is done and we're gone.
We're booking it.
Yeah, and then so then the next page is when we get the final like what happened. We get the focus in on Pudding and whose memories they were and everything. So we get Pudding like in the alleyway still, and she's just listening to like Germa destroy all the Big Mom pirates, and we get a flashback of hers. We get a couple of flashbacks that we've seen before, but it's her in the throne room talking to Big Mom, and Big Mom's just like, do what you always do, use your acting skills to make him completely fall in love. And then like she's like, oh, you're just like you're my own personal puppet, like my own little marionette. And I'm like, bro, that's so fucked up,
dude. It's all like levels of fucked up. And then like it really like this whole flashback scene really condenses everything I loved about like the Totland arc, because like it showed Mama being a dick, and then Sanji there just like, hey, like so sincere. When he had this like face beat up by the rest of the Vinsmokes, he was like, oh, let's get married. And then her sitting there making fun of him like in the next page with like the puffy face, and then her like actual thoughts about it, saying like, no one in their right mind would ever fall in love with me because I'm an ugly monster.
Yeah, I liked the shot in the shots before with like the puffy face Sanji and her like on the balcony. I liked her thoughts. She's like, I'm not a puppet, mama. Like, don't spout such idiotic nonsense. Like, if you knew who I was, like if you knew exactly what I was. Yeah. And then she goes into like, nobody will, like, I'm an ugly monster, nobody would ever love me. And then we get the shot of when she reveals the third eye to Sanji, and Sanji's just the purest of boys. It's just like, you're beautiful, like your eye is beautiful.
Dude, and like the face that she has like there, I never like really, I don't know if I got into it like back when we did this chapter, but like her smile is all neutral. Her eyes are like very like neutral still, yet crying. But if you look at her like eyebrows, she's just like straight up confused. Like that is like 100% like just body language shows exactly how she's feeling inside. And then the next panel out of the flashback is painful because she's just sitting in the alley crying herself, and it's like, fuck me.
Oh yeah, fuck Oda. Like,
Oda, you bitch. What's your address so I can fucking find you for doing this to her?
Yeah. We get a couple more flashbacks of them cooking the cake, and then we get like the most recent flashback, and it's Sanji right in the alleyway, and he's like, oh, I'm glad you're the one, I'm glad you were my fiance, you know? And then she's like, I have something I want to ask you, like I have one last request. And then the next page I thought was super fucking cool.
Bruh, I'm like tearing up.
He didn't have to, like, Oda didn't have to do it like this.
You have to do me like this.
But bro, all right, so he lays out the comic panels as film strips, and we see I saw some people that were like, why didn't he just show it? But I think it's really like fucking awesome. I think it's really good this way,
bitch,
because we see her take out the cigarette, and then we see her like run into his arms, and then we see her like standing on her tippy toes, and Sanji's hand is just to the side, like frozen, like what? And then she says thank you and goodbye, and she takes the film strip of the kiss, and we get the confirmation of that because she runs away crying, and he's like, Pudding, what was your last request? Like, what did you want?
Dude, this, people can talk about, they can talk shit about this last page. I will not stand for people talking shit about this page, because it's some like noir film kind of shit, or like some kind of avant-garde shit. Like, she flicks the cigarette, like it focuses on her hand first, go up for the cigarette, she takes the cigarette, and then the camera starts following the cigarette itself, and that's like that's a perfect amount of artsy fartsy,
dude. And something else, bro, let me tell you the panel where Pudding is crying remembering this,
dude,
you could see the film strip getting cut there, because that's where she cut his memories, bro.
Oh, like, dude,
bro, this page, people were talking shit like, oh, we wanted to see the kiss, but like, bro, when you realize that it's following the cigarette and it's like a movie, bro, like, dude, in manga form this is still good. In the anime, I can't wait to see this, because you know they're gonna go the whole 9 yards.
This is something hard to do in manga form. I would have never thought it possible.
Yeah, honestly, like the tracking the cigarette, I'm like, dude, what? But it works. Like, Oda is really good at laying out manga panels and like making sure your eyes are drawn to the proper thing, to like, he's really good with page flow,
also
kind of guiding your eyes around the page. And bro, I caught onto it, like, oh, the cigarette, dude, it's so sick.
Real quick, she calls him Gigi, and that,
oh, the other translator, the other translation I read was Gigi, and then translator's note, Pudding's pet name for Sanji.
I love it,
bro. I love it. Like, bro, Bro, dude.
Oh shit.
Man.
Dude,
it was so
putting
good.
Defense Squad every year, all years.
Have at ye.
Fuck.
Dude. Oh, man. And then when she's running away. So she's running away, and you can tell that the memory is like of the kiss. And then it shows a panel of her like just fucking bawling her eyes out. Dude. And you could see this film strip of when she took the cigarette out from Sanji's point of view. Dude. It's like, bro, dude. This was heart wrenching, dude. I was like, fuck, dude.
I was on the phone with Adri, and like I had just read through the Boku no Hero chapter with her and shit, and after that I was like, oh, the One Piece is out too, I'm gonna read that, cause like nothing bad's gonna happen, I'm just genuinely interested in this. And I'm sitting there like tearing up. She's like, hey, baby, you okay? And I'm like,
damn. Yeah, there is. Oh, it was heart-wrenching, dude.
I got tears.
The next section, we cut directly to Cacao Island, where Germa is still fighting, and then they get a report that a ship passed through from the edges of the territory, like the sea slugs, and the Straw Hat ship left the territory, and Germa is immediately like, oh, mission accomplished, like let's get the fuck out of here, and they retreat, which kind of like when they're fighting along, okay, Judge would never admit it, but when they're fighting along Sanji, you know, they were kind of like tongue-in-cheek about it. They're like, oh, we're just getting revenge. But then, like, they're obviously going out of their way to help Sanji escape.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. It's cool. They're escaping. So at least we have them getting out of here. And then, immediately after, we get, honestly, like, I like the pudding part. We get, I think, my favorite part of this chapter. Because this part I was not expecting it. And it was really good. We flash back to the mirror world, and we see Brulee come up to Katakuri, and she's like, with your back on to the ground in defeat, I don't want to see you like this, brother. And then there's another, hold on, let me find the other translation, because the other translation, she was like, in one of them, she's like, why'd you turn yourself over? You started out face down, didn't you? And then he's like, I don't really know. In the other translation, she was like, you fell on your back on purpose, didn't you? I saw you falling forward at first. Like, what happened?
Oh.
And then he's like, I'm wondering why myself.
That makes a little more sense.
Regardless, yeah, you get the
gist of it.
You get the idea that he fell on his back kind of like on purpose. But, oh, man. So then he starts explaining to Brulee, he's like, you know that story of me never letting my back touch the ground is a lie, right? And then she's like, yeah, I know, like I've seen you through the mirrors before.
Dude, this whole
and I like his face, he's kind of like blushing, like the little poof of like smoke, like
this whole part like really fucked me up. One, because like we've been like shitting on Brulee for like the past ever, but like, yeah, the bottom right panel on the page where she says like the whole thing like about him falling on his back, like she has like the most smug face about it. She's like, yeah, side-eyeing him like, you cocky bitch, like what'd you do? And then yeah, the way she smiles, both like when she says yeah I know, and like after this when she's like recounting the whole like flashback scene that happens after this, like, God, like,
yeah, Oda did a really good job of drawing her face like really like she's not evil, like I don't know how else to describe it, but she's very gentle, like she has like a very soft look to these, and I really like it.
That's so right, man,
yeah. So she's like, oh, being the perfect man nobody could look down on. It was all just an act for us, right? And we get an expansion, a DLC to the flashback we got earlier. We got DLC 2 to the expansion. And it's all the kids. So we find out that Daifuku, Oven, and Perospero all know about Katakuri's mouth.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because I think
they're all older than him.
Isn't Oven and Daifuku, like, aren't they triplets or some shit like that?
Maybe.
I can't remember. They're in like the same age. I know Oven and Daifuku are like the same age or something.
Yeah,
or
and Parasparrow's just like,
I don't know.
Parasparrow's a little older than them, I think.
Fuck it. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, regardless, they're all related. But we get a shot of all of them talking as kids, and Parasparrow's like, if you would just hide your mouth, you'd be able to make friends. And he's like, I don't need them. Like, I'll beat up anyone who laughs at me. And then we get the same shot from last time where it's like the pelican eel is coming. But again, this DLC, man. So they run up and they're like, Brulee is injured. And bro, I didn't think I was going to cry over Brulee.
Dude, me either. Fuck.
Bro, when we see, I didn't think he was going to show that too. When we see Brulee as a kid, like bleeding from these thugs, like the scar on her face that we've seen this entire arc. I never thought that we were going to get an explanation for it. I thought it was just like, oh, like that's her character design. Bro. Dude. When she slashed up in the face and then, oh man. So like Parasparrow tells him like the ones that beat you up earlier, they came back to get their revenge. And then he's like, but then why is my sister the one? And then, oh man, this page, Star Platinum clenching Jotaro's heart. That was like stopping Jotaro's heart. That was me. Like, it doesn't hurt at all, big brother. You're fine just the way you are. And bro, that was like, oh man, like that was the breaking point. Cause like the big moms, like the Charlotte siblings, I mean, it's very apparent from this whole Cake Island arc that Big Mom doesn't give a shit about them. She doesn't give a shit about any of her kids. She treats them all like garbage. All she cares about is making this race quota so that she can say, oh, I have all the races come out. Like, she doesn't care. And it's very apparent because all the kids are like, all the children are very close to each other. Like,
yeah, they've like raised each other, all of them. And like, I feel like there's like generational differences based on like how much this like whole society amongst like the family has like solidified, you know, where like they were the first kids out there, so like they were still like getting new to this, but like they started like really like putting their feet down on the whole thing and being like, we're the Charlotte family, you don't fuck with us, we fuck with you. Yeah.
And also you have to think like it's very obvious that Big Mom, her tantrums just didn't start like in this arc. She's been having those tantrums like probably their entire lives, and they probably had to stop her. So it's like they're bonded in such a fucked up way. But man, dude, and then we see, you know, yeah, we see the formation of the Katakuri we know today. Like he comes back to find those guys, and he has the scarf over his mouth, and bro, he killed those guys, and I respect the fuck out of it. Like, I didn't think I would want revenge for something that happened to Brulee, but like, I'm so glad that he killed those thugs that did that, cause like, bro,
man. And the next part too, where Brulee's like tending to all of his wounds, and she starts with like Straw Hat. When you hear about it, you'll be pretty happy, but like, and then Katakuri cuts with like the snarkiest reply. He says, oh, can you see the future now too? And it's like, you bitch.
I loved it. Yeah, the man, yeah, she's treating his wounds, and she tells him like, oh, if I told you where he is, you'd say that's great. And then she tells him, she's like, oh, he escaped from our territory, but I won't forgive him. Like, after all he did to you, like, I'm not gonna forgive him. And then we just see Katakuri like look away from her and start smirking, and then she's like, I knew it. Like, see, like, this is like I told you.
Dude, it's canon. Bro. 100%. Katakuri's a little gay.
Bro, no, you know what it is? Remember Scrubs? It's guy love between two guys.
That's exactly what it is.
Man, this part of the chapter is probably my favorite. Like, I didn't think I was going to like Brulee. I didn't think anything Oda did would make me like Brulee more.
Oda's called us all a bitch.
Yeah, he called us all a bitch, and she's really like, she's fucking cool. We've shit on her this whole fucking time, but that little like characterization of her showing her soft side to her siblings, like to Katakuri, and then realizing like the reason she has that is because Katakuri like, you know, saved her basically. I mean, he got like revenge on the guys that did that to her, but like you can tell that after that he was like, that's when Katakuri really became like super like defensive and close about his siblings,
dude.
So it's just really cool. And then this whole like showing like massive respect to Luffy, dude. You could Katakuri wants to fight Luffy again, and you can tell. Like,
oh, it's gonna happen.
Or I don't even know if he wants to like fight him. I mean, of course he wants to fight him again, but honestly, at least the way I'm thinking about this,
he wants to fuck Luffy.
Yeah. He wants to fuck Luffy. No, I'm thinking somewhere down the line, like I'm talking like way down the line when during like the final encounter, bro.
Okay.
I think when it comes down to the nut cut, dude, Katakuri is gonna like be helping Luffy, bro.
Dude, that'd be some shit. To see like
they are bros,
double
bro.
gum.
Oh my bro. A double gum? I'm
dude.
Fucked up.
Also,
yeah.
I want to point out real quick the panel where like Brulee's getting mad at Katakuri and she says "see," like the way her face looks, it's like really good. It really shows her exasperation and how she feels about it.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like a shit post.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know what text to put instead of "see" to make it a shit post. But if I figure out by the time this episode comes out, you'll likely see it on the like on the
you'll see it on the thumbnail for the video.
Exactly. Oh shit. Anyways, so the song keeps going, man. And Germa's rejoicing. Everybody's rejoicing. Germa's leaving, sorry. And Mama's
Germa's leaving and the big mom pirates are rejoicing.
Yeah.
And you can see in the background like the waves kind of like water, like something's coming at them, and it's Big Mom and this double page spread, dude. Like we get a shot of all of the Germa and Aladdin, Praline, and Jinbei, and like we get a shot of Daifuku and Smoothie, which I'll get back to at the end of this discussion of the page. We get a shot like Big Mom is here on the battlefield as Germa and everyone's escaping, and she says life or death. And bro, I don't know, man. I will say I the implication is that like she's gonna fuck shit up and people are gonna die, but I just don't like. Okay, so she can't kill any of the Germa siblings because they don't have emotions and they're not afraid to die.
Oh. And Dark Horse,
like even Reiju, like, okay, Reiju was like willing to accept death, so maybe she's suitable, but that maybe she's like susceptible, but at the same time,
it's not fear of mom though. Like,
yeah, at the same time, we saw Big Mom's power. Like she tried to use it on Jinbei, and it was clearly stated that because Jinbei was not afraid of Big Mom and not afraid to die, like her power had no effect on him. And I feel like all three of the siblings are safe because they like at the tea party we saw like they were about to die and they were like, whoa, we're about to die, it's pretty cool. Like they had no emotions. Rage is the only one that probably has somewhat emotions, but at the end still she's like ready to like, she's almost the same as Jinbei. She's like, she doesn't care if she dies. She admits that like her family's shit, and you know, so they're safe.
You know who
Judge is a bitch.
Dude, yeah, that's exactly what I was getting at. Judge?
Yeah.
Totally.
Judge is a little bitch. If anyone's afraid to die, if anyone's dying out of this, he's dying. And then the Fishman, again, her power doesn't work on Jinbei already, and I feel like Aladdin and Praline are the same way.
Dude, Praline super is not afraid of mom. The entire time where she's like, oh yeah, mom just like kills people, you know, like haha, like whatever. It's like,
yeah,
that's a little weird of you to feel that way about it, but like,
yeah,
shit, I feel so, you like, guess.
Everybody was like, oh, the death flags on these characters. I really don't think I mean, I don't know. Unless she goes crazy and like cuts them in half with her Elbaf spear or whatever. Like, I don't think any of them are dying the way people think they're gonna die. Because I've seen people say like, oh, like she's gonna take all their souls and use them to make homies, and it's like, the only way she can kill Jinbei is through physical combat, and even then, Jinbei, I mean, okay, it was a weakened Big Mom because she was hungry, but he was able to vagabond drill her like straight in the stomach off of the ship. Like,
dude, Jinbei's not a jobber. He's the opposite.
Yeah, Jinbei's the boy. And then we got let me say my piece on this real quick. We got a shot of Daifuku and Smoothie, and look, I know that this arc was never supposed to be like the end of the Big Mom Pirates, you know? Like, we went in here literally to get the poneglyph rubbing and to get Sanji back. And that's what we did. We got both of them and we left. And Luffy even said, I mean, okay, maybe for some people it should have been said, like, it should have been reiterated more so people would remember.
Yeah.
But like Luffy clearly said multiple occasions and to Big Mom's face, like, when I come back, I'm gonna beat your ass. He didn't say I'm gonna beat your ass now. He said, when I come back, I'm beating your ass. Like, their mission was never to beat Big Mom, and everybody, you know, repeating constantly online and stuff like, oh, the Straw Hats aren't ready to take on a Yonko. Like, yes, you're right. Like, they aren't.
That's the point.
Like, that was the point. The point of this arc was just to show, like, how truly outclassed. Like, we had a glimpse of hope with the cake and everything, and like we had a glimpse of hope with like
the poison,
you know, the tea party, but bro, like we were not ready. And I think this is a glaring wake up call. Like, yeah, you know, Luffy beat Katakuri and they managed to stave off Big Mom, which in itself are some pretty good feats for the Straw Hats to get. Like, wow, like, they didn't take out a Yonko, but they were able to all damage her and get her off their tail.
Yeah, they didn't lose anybody, really.
Yeah, even if this arc is gonna like, or even if the Big Mom Pirates are gonna play a role later, I still am just pretty pissed that like Smoothie and Daifuku just didn't fucking do anything. Smoothie especially. Daifuku did more than Smoothie. Smoothie's just a jobber. Like, she didn't do anything.
Dude, she like swung her sword a couple of times and like chased after them.
No, I missed.
Dude, that's exactly it.
That's exactly what happened, and then that's it. Like, that was her character. But yeah, the end of the chapter is right here, and this part, Oda, editors, whoever was in charge of this, like, mwah, kiss his fingertips. The ending to this chapter was fucking great. So we get an Oda box that says, having gained powerful shield, the Straw Hats successfully escaped the Yonko Big Mom's territory. Bro, it's just good. Like, Sanji's like, oh, do you guys mind if I make some food? And then... Oh, man, yeah. Man, so we get the Straw Hats freaking out.
It goes straight into this, like, parallel between, like, at that very same moment in East Blue, and it's like Mr. Zeph, like, going to the same shit he always does with his, like, restaurant shit, which I don't remember it being that tall. I don't remember if it expanded or some shit, but, like, some pirates are causing a ruckus, and it's like, there are enemies, why are you feeding us and shit? And it's like a back and forth between Zeph, Sanji, Zeph, Sanji.
Yeah.
And, like, at the end of it, they both at the same time says, I'll feed anyone that wants to eat. And then on the left, you see, that's how a father and son should be. And I just, like, right now, there's an ad in the bottom where it says, like, you may like the 10 worst countries to raise kids in a family, and it's this, like, blue-eyed baby with no teeth, like, grimacing and crying, and that's exactly how I look right now.
Oh my god. Mine is, my ad is, this girl called Shanghai Home feels like a foreigner back in the USA. So mine's not as
as emotionally as attached.
Yeah. Google didn't do a good job of providing me some privacy invading ads.
Yeah, Google knows I'm a bitch and I'm crying right now.
Yeah. No, I really liked it. Even down to, like, even though the panels are split, even down to the dish they're serving being exactly the same.
Oh, dude.
And it's like, bro, man, such a good. I mean, I thought this was a fantastic chapter, and I think it's a good way to get us out of Whole Cake Island. It wrapped up a lot of stuff I feel like we needed to get wrapped up, and there's still some more open-ended. There's still obviously a giant open-ended thing in what's the fuck's gonna happen in the battlefield with Jinbei and the Germa.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I feel like that is gonna turn out to be like
inconsequential.
Not inconsequential. I'm trying to think of the word. That is gonna be like, this is gonna be kind of like the payback war with the Whitebeard versus the Blackbeard pirates.
Mm-hmm.
Like at some point we're going to get what happened here. We might not get a full like panel by panel retelling of the fight that happens here, but I feel like we're gonna see the repercussions of it come up soon.
Yeah, probably through like Big News Morgan, who's probably still like mansplaining to Sussy over like
yeah,
all this shit, like in his like weird ass like seagull boat flying thing.
Yeah, but I really like it. I thought this was a fantastic chapter. In terms of the arc, I mean, again, I brought it up before. It's like, yes, there was a lot of open-ended shit that, like, there was a lot of things that were left unanswered, but at the same time, I mean, we know that this isn't the end of any of these characters. So, like, we're going to get the answers to those questions, but now was not the time to get it. You know what I'm saying?
No, like, I feel that 100%. Because, like, a lot of people, like, and even we are calling it, like, the Whole Cake arc or the Totlin arc or something. But, like, when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, the crux of the whole thing is this arc was the Sanji retrieval arc. Nothing more.
Yeah.
Nothing less. They got Sanji. They're on the boat. They're gone. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, like, definitely mission accomplished. I mean, there's been a lot of people that were like, we talked about it last week too, the whole Jinbei. Everyone's getting pissed that Jinbei's staying behind, but it's like, I mean, we already went over it. One, those are his boys, his ride or die boys from like slavery days. Like, they were slaves together. Kidding. So there's no fucking way that he was ever going to let that, you know, happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look, with him back there, they didn't fucking die yet. They're all still alive, so it's good. But honestly, I mean, there's just a lot of there are a lot of questions that have been left unanswered that I do honestly feel we are going to get the answers to later. The Germa, I mean, if they make it out of this, if the resolution happens off screen and they make it out of this, I do hope that they, in some capacity, make it to the Reverie, because I think it'd be really cool to see them again, and then there at the Reverie we would kind of get some kind of like a little hint as to what happened at the end of Whole Cake Island with them and versus Big Mom.
Dude, I want to see them like walk into Reverie like all bloodied up and everything, and everyone being like, what?
Pick the fight with the Yonko. Yeah, and then I mean, I don't look. I've heard a couple of people say that like, oh, Jinbei had the death flags. Jinbei's gonna die. I don't think he's gonna die,
dude.
Like, he's not gonna die. He's gonna meet them at Reverie. There is going to be some kind of something's going to happen, but it's not gonna be death. Jinbei's not going to die.
What if he's missing an arm or some shit?
People keep saying Jinbei lost an arm when he blocked the sword attack from Big Mom, and I'm just sitting here like, bro, like,
no,
I honestly don't think he did. Like,
yeah,
I mean, I'd have to go dig deep, but I'm pretty sure we've seen a panel with him since that attack, and both of his arms are there.
For real, like, I was like telling Adri some shit about like some like fan theory yesterday, and like some crack theory, and she just straight up like, she's like, babe, One Piece fans are fucking dumb. And I'm like, Jesus, thanks, babe.
Yeah. I mean, bro.
Bruh.
Sometimes. Some of these theories I read, man, they're...
Yeah, that's... A lot of things are, like, very, like, unfounded. But, like, oftentimes I feel like those are the people that, like, read it because they still have, like, a big, like, boner for Trafalgar Law and don't understand who his character really is. And like saw him once with his like emo ass like eyeliner and shit, and they were like, "Yo, I love My Chemical Romance.
I want that."
Oh God, and
yeah, nah, I don't know. I mean, what did you think about the arc as like a whole? I guess we'll get into it. One of these weeks is gonna be for Golden Week. We're gonna be off, so we'll have a big old discussion there. But like, I don't know. What did I not about the arc as a whole, I guess. What did you think about like the
ending
questions like that were still left unanswered? Yeah, like the ending to it, cuz I mean, I there's still a whole bunch of shit unanswered, but I feel that it's like again, I feel like we're going to get the answers later on.
So
but...
you want to know what I feel about guys that love Trafalgar Law too much? You know those that have like his like knuckle tattoos on their knuckles?
Christ.
I don't trust like that.
And
so okay,
that's gonna be
no. So this resolution to this chapter, to this arc, I mean, I really did enjoy it when it came down to it. Of course, like I'm really dying to know what happened in the battlefield. Like Big Mom just showed up on the fucking scene. Like that is not something to like cut away from, but I feel like we're still gonna get that information in some way somehow, so I'm not like really like sweating it. There are a lot of things open for the like the biggest thing open is this large wound in my heart because of what Oda did to Pudding, but
yeah. Oh God, and Brulee.
And Brulee, dude. But again, like a lot of things are open, a lot of things closed up. Brulee and Katakuri, like a lot of things about their characters have just been contextualized. Like
yeah, and there was a lot of people. I remember when the Katakuri fight ended, there were a lot of people that were mad because we didn't get enough backstory for Katakuri. And I hope those people are eating their own fucking Hanes socks right now because like we got fucking so much we got the formation of the person, the human. We got the formation of the human that is Katakuri in this chapter in one flashback. Like we got the event that made him who he is today.
Ladies and gentlemen of the United States, we got him.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the United States, we got him. Yeah, dude, I feel that. This chapter brought up so much good shit. I will say, the one thing I'll say, and I mean, it's not, I guess it, to each their own, I guess it's not a defense, but the way I see it, the ending of this chapter with Big Mom entering the battlefield and like, oh, life or death, to me, cutting away from that and us not seeing the end, the resolution, is the exact same thing as the Blackbeard pirates, as Jesus Burgess stowing away and finding the revolutionaries' hideout, and then he calls back up. And then the very next time we see it, we see the newspaper, and it's like, oh, Baltigo's been destroyed. And the revolutionaries escaped. And it's like, yeah, we didn't see what happened there, but you bet your ass, next time we see Sabo or Dragon or Koala or any of them, we're gonna get a flashback to what actually happened. And it's the same thing with the Payback War. As soon as we see Marco, we're going to get some, further details as to what happened during the Payback War.
Yeah. It's just, like, not relevant right now, because, like, the Straw Hats are done with their mission. That's it. Like, anymore, and you'll get, like, everyone has already been doing complaints about, oh, like, the Totland arc has been so long. Aren't you gonna do something about it, Oda?
Yeah. It's to me, the way I see it, Oda is not a bad writer. some people get overly critical and they're like, oh, this is like a case of bad writing. And okay, there have been some moments in this arc of bad writing, like the Deus Ex Machina of like earlier in the arc when Nami pulls out part of the Vivre card and then they're like, oh, I thought the guards took that from you. She's like, oh, I ripped it up in half before they took the whole thing. It's like, oh, okay, that was an ass pull because we never saw that.
Yeah, like, but it's always like small moments like that. It's really just
yeah,
like,
exactly. But
it's not something to get like pissed off about when it's really just like, I wish you had like shown us a little bit, but like, fine, I get it, plausible.
Yeah, I get it. Oda, the way I see it, Oda is a good writer, and he's not going to reveal his whole hand on something when the time isn't right. And it's pretty apparent to me that no matter how much I'm hype and I want to see what happens at the end of this, now is not the time for me to know this information. Mm-hmm. This information, what's going to happen, is going to be way more important and way more impactful to me as the reader later on when it's contextualized. Like when he's ready to show us what happens or what the fallout from this was, we're gonna have more knowledge of something else, and it's really gonna shake everything up.
I definitely agree with that. Like, all in all, I really do like this ending. I don't have many complaints, and the arc can close where it's at because I, as a reader, am very confident in that we will get back to Whole Cake Island, and Luffy will come back to like really settle the score with Katakuri, with Big Mom, and Sanji's gonna come back and make sweet love to Pudding.
Yep. God damn.
I don't like the way I said that, but
so, yeah. If you didn't know Pudding was a person, that sentence out of context is kind of fucked up. We kind of just like genetically engineered an Oda kink.
So, out of mistakes come happy little accidents. I now have a crack theory.
All right, well, that's gonna do it for us this week at Paramecia. Next week, I'm a little hazy on the information. I heard that we're not getting another chapter until the first week of May because of Golden Week, but I know we still have like about 2 or so weeks or something. So I don't know. We'll be back next week with something, probably a break week, or probably a new chapter or something. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us this week. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media. Twitter.com, we are at ParameciaCast on Twitter, Facebook.com/Paramecia Fancast, and then YouTube is Paramecia Fancast. I'm like 90% sure. And this is the last one I forgot to pull up. Yeah, YouTube, just search up Paramecia Fancast, and we are the first one here. Yeah, that is gonna do it for us this week. Here is our crack theory of the week.
Sanji has been so disturbed of the fact of his missing memories with his last kiss with Pudding. In order to vent all of his emotions, he now cooks pudding every night and fucks it to sleep.
Jeez. Like a true One Piece theorist. Have a great week, everybody.
I'm really not happy. I'm not happy about saying that. Not by any means.